sitting out in the gazebo for a few minutes, taking it all in. I feel such peace and happiness. The sun is shining, there's a gentle breeze carrying the sounds of my grandson squealing and laughing with delight, the sounds of people in a tent setting things up, and the birds singing in the trees. I'm able to reflect on all the people who I am so blessed to have in my life. I am so incredibly grateful for all these people, and I feel so very loved.
Today, my mother is as beautiful and as gorgeous that I've ever seen. Seems like every time I have seen her leading up to today, she has only been glowing. Justyn, well, I don't really have a lot to say about how it is.
I was 14 years old when I met Jacinda. She and my mom worked at the same daycare and became fast friends. During one of their conversations, the topic of their perfect, amazing children came up. It just so happened those perfect children were in the same class and were at the same school. Plans were made to get together for lunch, and as they say, the rest is history.
To see that everyone has a sense of what I feel for these two only makes me believe in their marriage more. It has always been my mom and I and the love that we share. And one day Justyn came along and we just clicked. More or less, he made me a total nerd, and I really just molded to him. He was the best father figure I could have ever asked for, and he couldn't have come into my life at a better time.
Jacinda, or as I like to call her, Mama J, is more than just a soon-to-be in-law. She really has and always will be a second mom to me. She is one of those people who could not have a penny to her name, and she will still give you the shirt off her back without any question or hesitation. She's a person that if you have them in your life, you cherish them every moment you can, because they're just one of the good ones. She's not only the amazing mother of the man I love, but also one of my absolute best friends.
Today was probably the first time I had been called Justyn's son, and at first, that feeling was really strange. With the beautiful day we've had today and all the time we've spent here leading up to the wedding, I'm 100% ready to call Justyn Dad.
Our past and our paths take many side roads that give us experience and knowledge to know when we are finally going in the right direction. I believe it is no coincidence that your paths led you both to this day right here, right now. Marriage is a covenant, not a simple piece of paper to legally bind you together. You're saying to one another, I choose to love you for the rest of our lives. Love is a choice, not a feeling. Love is the most important thing we can do for each other. In the beginning, the relationships are the butterflies and goosebumps, and the feeling that you cannot breathe without being by each other's side. Well, that is a beautiful beginning. Those feelings fade from the newness, and the real love to choose to love one another blossoms into the most beautiful love of all. Love is knowing neither of you are perfect, but you're perfect for each other. Love is knowing sometimes it's better to listen than to be heard. Love conquers all. Always remember this day, the love you feel for each other at this moment. Remember those first days of your journey, the path that led you to fall in love. Remember all that love that surrounds you today, from family and friends. Remember to always choose love.
Finding love can be difficult, especially being so far from home, especially when other people seemingly don't want it. I know it's hard for you sometimes being so far from home, and that finding love might seem that much harder, but you don't have to look any further than here. This is your home. I am your home. The people here today, myself included, are your family. And I promise you until the last days that you'll have all the love you will ever need in your life.
Who could have foreseen what we would build together over the years? I already had my walls built so high that I knew it was going to take someone very special with a lot of patience to break those walls down. Except you didn't break my walls apart. Instead, you climbed them, knowing that you could fall and get hurt at any time. And you got in there with me.
When I first met you, I felt helpless. I felt alone and unwanted. It was you that pulled me out of my shell and gave me the strength to keep going. You always say that I'm a strong person, but internally I'm a mess. Yet somehow you figured out a way to organize the clutter within me. When I'm with you, I never feel alone. I never feel ashamed or unwanted. I feel hopeful. I feel happy. I feel loved.
You met me and accepted me right where I was. And together we took those bricks down gradually and we built something so beautiful and so special that now I couldn't imagine my life without you by my side. And I ask myself constantly how I am so lucky and blessed to have you in my life. You have seen me at my best and loved me through my worst. You are my constant in a world of ever-changing uncertainty. You are my North Star. You are my home.
You are the single best thing that has ever happened in my life. We've been through a lot of ups and downs over the years, but I would do it a million times over just to be right here with you. You are the love of my life. You are my little adventure. You are my everything. I love you.
I can't wait to begin this adventure with you, and I have never been as sure as anything in my life, as much as I am certain that I want to be your wife and continue to build this beautiful life we have together. I love you. As I sat under an awning writing this, watching a gentle rain fall around me, I was reminded of how you are always my shelter in a storm, and how protected and safe you always make me feel. You played a song for me once and told me that when you listened to it that you knew you wanted to marry me. It was a song about giving someone the freedom to be who they are, even though that may mean you giving up control, and having the faith that that person will choose you, even though you are telling them to fly. You have always given me that gift, and I would choose you over and over again.
Hey Woo, hey Justyn. I can't believe the day has come round so quickly. It's absolutely amazing. I'm looking at your invite and looking at the beautiful pictures of you both in the snow, so I hope the weather's a bit better. But I wanted to send my love, all of our love. We miss you so much and we want you to have an absolutely amazing day. I will be having a glass of champagne for you out in the garden this afternoon, and I will be thinking of you, and I hope you really will be flinging those shoes off and taking to the dance floor and absolutely going for it. I can imagine.
Sorry I can't be there, that's it. I really wanted to. I'm sending all our best wishes from the Stevenson department of the family. Best wishes as well to Bailey, Jared and Cormac. Have the best of times. I'm just so happy for you guys, and I really do wish you all the best for the rest of your lives. It's meant to be. And believe me, I absolutely am gutted. Like you wouldn't believe. So send me pictures, send me videos. I just need to know how the day went. It will go to a blasted beginning and blasted end. I wish you all the best.
While the two of you journeyed different paths in your life, the roads eventually led you to each other. It doesn't matter at what age or time in one's life. The true love shows up. It only matters that it does. Thank you, Cindy, for your smile. Thank you for sharing your son with me. Thank you both for the courage to trust love one more time. Thank you for loving my son, always challenging him to be the best he can be, especially when it comes to his sarcasm and humor. Because Lord knows he needed someone who could give it back to him better than his mother. Because one, half the time I don't understand his humor, and two, the other half the time I don't understand his humor.
I lend him the love that my mother and I shared together for him to share with us for the rest of our lives, and for our families to share that as well. So.